Okay, quick review video of angle relationships and setting up equations. You can use this for any past work and for the assignment due by the end of today. Okay, so our first one, you always start with marking the angles that we're looking for. So the first thing you want to do is, if we're talking about these two angles, what is the relationship between these two angles? So hopefully you remember. Let me change the pen. That these are vertical. They are across from each other. They don't touch. They share just an endpoint. So what is this relationship? This relationship is that they are equal to each other. So once you know that, then you got to deal with the angles. So we know one angle is B and one angle is 73. If the relationship is that they're equal to each other, you take both of the angles and you put an equal sign in between them, and that is the equation. For this particular equation, there's nothing to solve and you would be done. All right, next example. Okay, now we are talking about this angle right here, angle B, and this angle right here, angle 50. All right, there's two angles, 1, 2, and the hint, the clue is that they have a straight line that they share. Hopefully remember that these angles are supplementary. Okay, when they're supplementary, the relationship is that they add up to 180. So once again, we have angle B and we have angle 50. Well, this time if they add up 180, that means there's not an equal sign in between, there's a plus. And because we know what they add up to, we know they add up to 180. And that's how you write the equation. We're not going to worry about solving just yet. Next example. Okay, so sometimes you'll get a picture where there's multiple angles, and they'll tell you which ones they want. So for the purposes of this one, we want to deal with this angle LAP and angle LAT. So for this particular example, you can actually just cross this out and we would have to deal with it. So we're looking at those two angles right there. When we're looking at those two angles right there, you'll notice that they form a straight line. So that means that angle 1 and angle 2 add up to 180. So now I can take this one, if I'm writing it out, that's angle 1. Angle 2 is 20x minus 5. I have figured out that they add up, so I know there's a plus in between them, and I figured out that they equal 180, and I have written the equation. All right, now looking at two different angles, same picture, if you were asked, we'll stay with LAP, but now I also want to know about the relationship between LAP and TAO. So now I'm talking about these two angles. This is my angle 1, this is my angle 2. So I could even write them down. 5x minus 15, 3x plus 1. So for the purposes of this problem, this angle is not important. I can get rid of it. So these two angles are not supplementary. These two angles are vertical. The relationship between vertical angles is that they are equal. That means in between angle 1 and angle 2, they're equal to each other. So in the equation, they're equal to each other. And that is a correct equation written. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. And now moving on, I want to show you, this is the practice paper that you will have. It's a teacher made. So just to show you one, you're going to look at each picture, and then on the drop down menu it gives you their relationship. So you would pick one, and then you're going to click in the box right here, and you're going to type what you think the relationship should be. You can backspace if you make any mistakes, and then move on. That's all you have to do. Write the equation, pick the relationship, and you are done. Any questions? Don't forget about office hours. And if you finish this, please go back and check through any back work that you owe. Good luck and happy math.